So we have to stop pretending that countries that just hold an election where sometimes the winner somehow magically gets 90% of the vote because all the opposition is locked up.
There's a woman now who is staying in power now. She won 98% of the vote. Wow. Ah. 98%, no rigging.
We can't tolerate that stupid things. Ifike mahali viongozi wa Dar es Salaam mulielewe hili.
Before Samia Suluhu, there was John Pombe Magufuli, the man many Tanzanians called Bulldozer, a leader both loved and feared. He fought corruption, pushed for infrastructure, and demanded discipline in government. To some, he was strict, even harsh, but to millions, he represented strength, pride, and a sense of direction. Under Magufuli, Tanzanians felt bold, independent, and determined. Then came March 2021. Magufuli was gone, and in his place rose Samia Suluhu Hassan, a woman many believed would soften the nation's politics while keeping its progress alive. Samia Suluhu's early days brought relief and optimism. She opened up the press. She spoke of reconciliation. She promised democracy and unity. For the first time, Tanzanians felt they might enjoy both Magufuli's visions and new freedom. Her calm motherly tone earned her the nickname Mama Samia. But as the month passed, the reality behind the name began to change. Even before the October 29, 2025 election, evidence emerged of a tightening political space. On April 9, 2025, opposition leader Tundu Lissu was arrested at a rally in Mbinga in the No Reform, No Election campaign. His party, Chama cha Demokrasia na Maendeleo, abbreviated as Chadema, said the arrest was malicious and politically timed. In April again, reports of arrest, torture, and abductions surfaced. For example, multiple Chadema officials were allegedly detained, beaten, dumped in forest reserves near Dar es Salaam after a court hearing. When we go back to January 2024, thousands protested proposed electoral law changes, carrying placards demanding independent oversight and the right to vote in genuine elections. Civil society groups pointed out that the constitutional and electoral laws amendments gave excessive power to executive and weakened oversight. One court case challenged the independence of the Electoral Commission but was struck down. Those developments signal not just broken promises, but the very process of inclusion and fairness being undermined. Now coming to election day on October 29, 2025, Tanzania held its general election. The outcome, President Samia Suluhu was reported to have won by 97% to 98% of the vote, but the context told another story. How can you win by 97 to 98% of the vote, and instead of the citizens celebrating, they decide to protest? In the commercial capital Dar es Salaam, hundreds of young people burned campaign posters and police stations. Tanks and military vehicles patrolled the streets. An internet shutdown and curfew were imposed. There was a report of tactical exclusion. Key challenger Tundu Lissu was barred. Another major opposition figure from ACT Wazalendo was disqualified. The main opposition party Chadema declared the results completely manufactured. During the protest, the use of excessive force was also reported. Security forces shot and killed demonstrators and bystanders in at least several regions. Opposition sources claims up to 700 deaths, though independent verifications remains elusive. Many Tanzanians felt that they were given an election without competition and a result without legitimacy, and then were told to accept it. They trusted Samia Suluhu to deliver the promise of reform after Magufuli's era, but instead many experienced continuity of the repression under a different face. Tanzanians expected genuine competition. Instead, they found exclusion, predetermined results, arrest of opponents, and closed civic space. They witnessed abuses, torture, killings, censorship, and so their country turned to the international mechanisms because local redress felt impossible.
Leo vituo vyote kini kituo cha 6 tunateketeza.
So we have to stop pretending that countries that just hold an election where sometimes the winner somehow magically gets 90% of the vote because all the opposition is locked up or can't get on TV is a democracy. Democracy depends on strong institutions, and it's about minority rights and checks and balances and freedom of speech and freedom of expression and a free press and the right to protest and petition the government and an independent judiciary and everybody having to follow the law. And yes, democracy can be messy and it can be slow and it can be frustrating. I know, I promise.
There's a woman now who is staying in power now. She won 98% of the vote. Wow. Hi. 98%. No rigging. Wow. Congratulations. 90. Come on. Put it on 52. 57% is okay. Why 98? 98. Turn to someone next to you and say, women. Women.
This is Freedom Amos. Subscribe for more videos like this. Adios.